This is Ritesh Srinivasan and welcome to my channel. In this video, let's look at how GPT-4 compares with GPT 3.5 on two tasks. The first task is writing a creative article and the second task is writing a product introduction mail. So I have access to ChatGPT and here I have selected model as GPT-4 and then I have asked this query, write a 500-word article on support vector machines. So this is the article which has been generated by ChatGPT with GPT-4. So it gives a title over here, Unraveling the Power of Support Vector Machines in Machine Learning. It gives an introduction. Okay. Then it talks about understanding support vector machines where it talks about hyperplane, right? And what are support vectors. Then it talks about kernel trick, advantages of support vector machines, robustness, scalability, flexibility, application of support vector machines, and then a conclusion. Okay. So I tried the same with GPT 3.5. Okay. So here the title is not present over here, right? If you see over here, title is there. Okay. And introduction is there. It's not there over here. It just starts with support vector machine. What is it? And then basics of SVM. Here it talks about optimal boundary. It talks about hyperplane. I think, yeah, slightly rewritten over here in GPT-4. Then it talks about working of SVM. It talks about application of SVM, right? And conclusion. I find GPT-4 over here to have better structure to the article compared to GPT 3.5. Okay, content is more or less similar, but yeah, I find GPT-4 to be slightly better written. Okay, so the next question I ask is, what is the mathematical intuition behind support vector machines? So here in GPT-4, it gives support vector machines are grounded in mathematical concepts from linear algebra, optimization, and statistical learning theory, can be broken into three main components: linear separability, maximum margin hyperplane, and kernel trick. Okay, and it goes on to explain that, and there is one equation for the margin over here, and then for kernel trick, it gives examples of the various kernels, right? And then there is a conclusion. There are equations on how you can the kernel space when it is transformed, how is the equation of the SVM. So that explanation is there over here. And then it gives the summary over here. Mathematical intuition behind SVMs revolve around finding the optimal hyperplane. Okay. Here, if I were to ask in GPT 3.5, it starts with say optimal hyperplane. It gives out the equation of the support vector machine basically, the linear equation of the hyperplane basically. Right, then it talks about maximizing margin, then it talks about the optimization problem, okay, where it talks about this equation, and then it talks about kernel trick. So if you ask me over here, I would have preferred a mix of both of this. Okay, I'm not fully satisfied with the response from GPT-4 or GPT 3.5 because this is missing out some equations, or GPT-4 misses out on these equations on the maximizing margin, and even though it is explained over there, but about this optimal hyperplane, about the optimization problem, right? Whereas GPT-4 gives more information on the kernels and other things. So it's kind of a mix match over here for me. Neither gives me what I want over here, but yeah, it still gives me some information. Okay. So this was just an example about this article, writing an article on a certain topic and how GPT-4 changes. Maybe we'll write another article just to see if it consistently maintains, say, let me put it like, okay, write an article explaining explaining the disadvantages of GPT-4. Let's see what happens. Okay. Dark side of GPT-4, unraveling the disadvantages of advanced language model. This unraveling word is present here also, if I remember. Yeah, unraveling the power of support. So it might have some kind of this thing if you say it as an article. Right. GPT-4 is the latest iteration, has made significant strides. Let's see what kind of response it gives. could be improved. Okay, it's nice. If you read this article, it looks like it is written by a human, right? So it talks about computational and storage requirements. Yes, it requires massive amounts of hardware. It says billions of parameters. Doesn't tell how much parameters. Neither did OpenAI disclose on the number of parameters of GPT-4, right? And it talks about model bias. Bias is present in the training data. Okay. Fancy or political charged outputs. So once this article is done, I would try the same thing on GPT 3.5. Let me just copy it, keep it ready. Let's see. Lack of interpretability and explainability. Obviously, they're black boxes. So in critical applications such as healthcare, finance, or legal domains, explainability is crucial. It can overfit, it can memorize. Good. Susceptibility to adversarial attacks. Good. I expect the same set of responses coming when I ask this question for GPT 3.5. Incoherent and verbose text generation is possible. Okay. Yeah, it gives a conclusion now. Groundbreaking achievement. Okay. However, it is essential to acknowledge and address its limitations. Attacking the disadvantages of researchers and developers can work towards. Good. Addressing these challenges will pay for even more. Yeah. Sometimes I've seen this problem where it doesn't complete sentences properly over here. If you see it has not completed this sentence, uh, or is it? Even more what? Yeah, it isn't completed properly. I have had this error coming up sometimes with GPT-4 where the responses are not completely, you know, where the text is not completely generated. There is an abrupt discontinuation of text generation. Okay, limited contextual understanding. That did not come up over here, is it? Model bias, lack of an overprotein memorization, susceptibility. Yeah, it did not come up over here. Biased responses, yes, it came over here, right? Ethical concerns, security and privacy, limited transparency, conclusion. Yeah, not all responses have come. Again, if you see, it's not complete right over here in the sense that some points are missing over here with respect to limited contextual understanding. Okay, ethical concerns. I think limited transparency is covered here. More or less, they are same. Maybe this is slightly better than GPT 3.5. Okay. This was with respect to articles, right? Again, it's very difficult to judge on which is better. Whether GPT-4 gives really incremental improvement over GPT 3.5. Okay, for the next task, what I will do is that I want to write an article, not an article, but mail to my customers introducing Tesla Model 3. Okay, so what I will do is that I will just copy this part from Wikipedia. Okay, I will not go into history or anything, design, nothing. I'll just copy that part and I will say to GPT-4, write an introductory mail to customers on the below product. Let's see how it comes up. Okay. Okay, so it creates a subject introducing the revolutionary Tesla Model 3, the electric car that's changing the world. Okay. Dear customer's name. Okay, the template. We are thrilled to introduce the Tesla game-changing compactive sedan that has taken the automotive world by storm. As a valued customer, we want to share you the exciting features and achievements of exceptional electric vehicle Since its limited production has garnered global attention for its outstanding performance, range, and affordability. With the first production vehicle in the official, there's 30 cars, and the Model 3 has come a long way in revolutionizing this thing. Equipped the impressive range for the base model allows you to travel farther without worrying about further the mod full self-driving hardware. Okay, there is a mention of full self-driving hardware here. Okay, one of the key aspects is that accessibility. Marketed as a more affordable motion, the Model 3 has made a realistic choice for. I probably did not like these sentences. Marketed as a more affordable option. Why would I want to tell my customers that I am marketing this as a more affordable option? Right? I don't want that. Right? So some kind of filtering needs to be done on this, content before you can really send it. But otherwise, I like this content which has been generated. Okay, it quickly creates you, see your name, your title, your dealership or company, contact information. So I like this template in the way in which it has generated this email. Okay, but yeah, certain statements we need to check before we write it, probably because we wouldn't want certain sentences in this text before we are sending this mail. But this makes life a lot easier. Okay, what I will do is that I'll copy the same content and I will try this with GPT 3.5. Let's see what kind of mail gets generated over here. Subject, dear valued customers. Okay, we are excited to announce the arrival of Tesla Model 3, the compact executive sedan. Model 3 is powered by this thing. Which text is better subjectively? We are thrilled to introduce Tesla Model 3, a game-changing sedan. We are excited to announce the arrival, a compact revolutionary with its impressive range is set to change the way we think about driving. Again, it's personal preferences which you prefer, right? Both are equally good. Okay, past the 1 million loom. It talks about the range 272. There's an impressive 358 miles. Was it exactly 272 and 358? Okay, so I think those values are being correctly reproduced over here. Full self-driving, it talks about this prime example of commitment. See, again, it has been marketed as being more affordable to people than previous Tesla models. Probably I wouldn't want this term coming over here. Right, this sentence basically. Should it schedule a test drive or learn more about, please visit our website or contact us directly. Okay. Here does it talk about that? Okay, visit our showroom and other things. It's very difficult to actually say which is better, but I kind of personally prefer this template. Compare it with GPT-4 compared to GPT 3.5. Okay. So this was an example of how you can generate, product introduction mails based on some content about the product. The more details you give, the better would be this mail which has been generated. I prefer GPT-4 over here, but I see it as minor incremental development over GPT 3.5. So I hope this video on comparing GPT-4 and GPT 3.5 for two use cases. One is writing a creative article and other one is writing an introductory mail for a product is useful for you. If you like the video, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. See you in another video.